Hello and welcome to week 4 of EDU 509. This week we're going to talk about the 6 R's. We're going to watch an interview and we're going to work on our second assignment. So some quick thoughts on everybody's papers. Overall, excellent content. Some things to focus on for APA. Your reference page should start on its own page. Make sure it is alphabetical, double spaced, and it should be hanging indents. Um, Bold and italics aren't really a thing in APA, so don't use those throughout your paper. When you're introducing an article in your paper or a study or a book, you should say like in a study by such and such author, your quotation or your even better, your paraphrasing, and then a citation with the year. Don't put the name of the article or the book. That isn't part of APA either. And then really just double check the headers. Make sure that you have those correct too. I recommend like putting a tab in on the headers page if you have a hard copy of the APA manual, or bookmarking that page if you're looking at it digitally. That one will keep coming back, and it's one that a lot of people continue to struggle with all the way through the program. On my APA manual, that's one of the few things that I actually have bookmarked for reference. Otherwise, keep up the good work. Like I said, your content overwhelmingly was great. Try to make sure you get those in on time. It does, and if you can't, make sure you let me know. I can give extensions, but if you don't let me know and it's late, that does cost you points. So this week we're going to focus on how can what we know about the brain impact institutional structures and policies, as well as daily practice. We're going to talk about the 6 R's of educational practices, which is relational, relevant, repetitive, rewarding, rhythmic, and respectful. You guys are going to watch this video and respond on discussion board. You're going to watch a video in discussion board 1. It's about just short of half an hour, so I'm going to try to keep this short. There's some readings and articles. And this week you're going to complete your 2 discussion board learning activities, both of which do require responding to 2 peers. So you should have 2 initial posts and 4 responses to peers. And then we have assignment 2, which is due on Saturday at midnight. This is your organizational mission and vision. So you're going to identify organizational systems, policies, and procedures that are in place that support the concept of being trauma informed. This should be written in third person. You're going to introduce the purpose of the writing, address all the questions on the next slide, include a conclusion, and make sure you have an APA formatted cover page and a reference page. Overall, your written content, excluding your cover page and reference page, should be between 2 and 3 pages. So the questions that you need to answer, this should be your organization where you work, if you can find it. How does the mission or vision of the organization guide their response to student-client trauma? We include client just in case you're not in a classroom. What resources are available to teachers, staff, faculty, and/or organizational leaders to recognize and respond to those impacted by traumatic stress? Are there supports in place? Or, if there is nothing, comment on that. Include what could be there that isn't. In what ways is your organization intentionally providing evidence-based interventions and access to services for students affected by trauma? Again, if they're not, point that out and point out where it could be improved. Because it is possible, hopefully this isn't the case, but it is possible that your organization isn't doing anything. Identify any gaps in the organizational structure that might be potential barriers to being trauma responsive. So this one could be, if you're at an organization where they're not really doing anything, this could be discussed throughout the entire paper. Or if you're at an organization that's doing a great job, it could just be a section by itself. And then if there are gaps in the structure, what recommendations do you suggest bridging them? Quick pointer, if I were writing this myself, these 5 things would be my 5 headers. So I would have mission and vision statement, resources available, evidence-based interventions, gaps in the organizational structure, and then suggestions. So the question for this week, before you've done any of the reading, which of the 6 R's stands out to you before you've looked at them? I want to know if there's one of these: relational, relevant, repetitive, rewarding, rhythmic, and respectful that really sticks out to you as an educational practice that you're interested in learning more about or that you think you're already doing. If you have any questions, please be in touch. My email is the best way. Have a great week, and I hope everybody has a great Memorial Day.